Hey folks, what's going on? Hey, this is Chad Forrester, lifelong natural bodybuilder. What I'm going to do is a 5-week vlog on my preparation for a couple shows coming up in November. A little bit about me. I'm 46 and compete as a masters and an open competitor in natural bodybuilding. My coach is Brian Malakoy with C620 Nutrition. He's based out of Louisiana. We've done everything basically online. This is my second year with Brian, and over the first year we spent a lot of time getting used to what I do, how my body reacts to different stimuli, that sort of thing, cardio, meal, carb drops, all that. And this second time, my first prep with Brian was about, I think, 26 weeks before my first show. This one we've only done 18, so I've got 5 left. I've been in prep for 13 weeks. My weight started out at about 213, and most recently this week I was at about 192-ish and some change. So I've responded pretty well. We seem to think I'm on track, and coming in, last thing to come in for me is a lot like everybody else, is quads and glutes and hamstrings. So we're waiting for that to kind of pop. This week with my check-in, I do check-ins on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do with this video log, is every Wednesday and Saturday do an update, kind of maybe touch on just briefly where I'm at, and then maybe do a topic. So that's kind of what my plan is. And there's a lot of videos out there about natural bodybuilding losing its hold on the bodybuilding world and bodybuilding in general. That's kind of fading out. And the one thing to do if you want to save it is get out there and do something. So that's what this video log's all about, is just kind of, there's other people out there that may want to know the how and the why and the what, and hopefully I can provide a little bit of insight into that. Take it for what it's worth. I'm by far no master in anything diet related or training related. I just work real hard, so that's kind of my deal. The shows coming up that I have, I'm doing the OCB Florida West Coast Classic in Tampa, and that's a November 11th show. And Paul Ravella is the promoter. This is my second time doing that show, and Paul and his team are great. The show that I went to last time was kind of a shot in the dark. It is a pro qualifier, and that's why I chose to do it, because I wanted that. My ultimate goal is to become a pro bodybuilder, and at 46, that's a tough road to hoe, so to speak. And I think it can be done. Last year I fell 1 vote short of getting my pro card. I won my masters in Tampa, the masters category, and then my open class I also won that, and then I got to the overall, and Jason Russell and I battled it out in a pose down, and Jason was spot on. He looked awesome, and it was really tough. We came down to a vote here and there, and separated the two of us, and that's how it should be, when you get to a pose down in an overall. But second show I'm going to do is the OCB Midwest States in DeKalb, Illinois. This will be my 4th time doing this show, I think. Ray Pankowski promotes that show. Again, it's held at the Egyptian Theater in DeKalb, and if you ever get a chance to compete in one of his shows, he does the Spring Naturals, and then he does the OCB Midwest States in the fall, and they're both held at the Egyptian, and it's by far the best bodybuilding stage that I've ever been on or ever been to a show at. So if you get a chance, the lighting is awesome, the atmosphere is fantastic, the staff is great. I know them all personally and worked with them quite a bit, so you can't go wrong with Ray's show either. And it's also a pro qualifier. The difference between the two shows, the Tampa show is a straight up OCB pro qualifier. I think this is the 5th or 6th year that's been around. I think Paul's had it for 4 or something like that. Anyway, it's not a unlimited qualifier, meaning there has to be a certain number of competitors to get your pro card. With masters, I think we missed by 1 guy last year, and then also in Ray's show last year we missed by 1 guy. But what they're doing this year in Ray's show, if you consistently have enough competitors and you have a lapse of 1 or 2 kind of as a fluke, OCB has kind of changed the rules around where it can be an unlimited pro qualifier, so you don't have to have a certain number of people. And kind of how that helps you is, say you train all year long, as I did last year, and you prep 26 weeks, and you come in and you fall 1 person short. I don't know any other way to put it, but that sucks. So it's not your fault and you don't really want to show up and get your pro card with one competitor either. That kind of sucks. So it's kind of a, you're dancing double edged, both sides of the sword, so to speak. And but you know, my goal is to win the overall. I want to win the overall at 46 years old, be a pro bodybuilder. I could compete in the open class and a master's class if I win the open. If you win the master's pro card, you can only compete pro as a master's, and I just want to win the thing. So, you know, kind of how it works. I also, last year in Ray's show, I fell 1 vote short in that show of winning. You know, Clint and I were duking it out for the overall in that show, and Clint was he's one of Cliff Wilson's guys, and I mean, Clint was awesome. You know, without a doubt, it was a great competitive show. Both shows were, and it was a lot of fun. I've never been that close to the end, to the grasping the brass ring, but it was pretty cool to be there. And this year, all my training, all my dieting, everything that I've done this year has been geared up to win the show. You hear a lot of in bodybuilding where people talk about beating the best them. You know, I want to beat this guy, and they'll put a picture of themselves up from the last year or whatever. I get all that. I'm not wired like that. The way I'm wired is I'm competitive as hell, and I want to win. I mean, plain and simple, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't want to beat the best me. I want to win. By doing that, I know I have to beat the best me. Last year, I think I looked really good, but I needed more size in my back. I needed some more size in my quads. I needed some more size in my chest, and that's what we worked on this year. So Brian and I put together a package where we'd improve on those and hit the stage, and then it just depends on who shows up. So I know that I'm going to put everything into it I can to come in the best I can, and then we'll see what happens, who shows up, how we look, what happens. But ultimately, I want to win the show. So where I'm at diet-wise, right now I'm running a carb rotation where I have a high day and a low day. My low day, of course, is on my days off when I'm not lifting, which is few and far between. I'm on a 9-day split, and I have a couple off days worked in. But my high day is 40 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, and 8 grams of fat. And then on my low days, I have same 40 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs, and then I'll have like anywhere from 12 to 15 grams of fat based on the meal. But you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And again, like I said, if you're interested in hearing anything about a topic, how I handle stress, how I handle the diet, how I handle, you know, going out with friends and going to a party and whatever it might be, if you're interested in that, you know, drop me a note, let me know. I'll see if I can touch on it. Maybe it'll help somebody. That's kind of the goal. But anyway, that's me signing off, and I'll see you on Wednesday.